fast. Ooh, so much for taking that victory point as Delcore's shock troops are just getting pounded on by that Panzer.
Panzer's already got 8 kills under its belt. Not a bad investment so far. Oh, but Delcore's being sneaky. He's taking the victory point regardless, and he's going to try and take the fuel. Good move on his part, trading a little bit of manpower in the form of those units that he's going to have to reinforce in exchange for denying his opponent extra fuel.
Yeah, he is not
Looks
giving
like
that
he's so
tank an
desperate
opportunity
now.
to fuck with him here.
I wouldn't say Delcore's necessarily desperate here. He's just doing things that are a little bit more risky than he would normally.
Talking about Hair Bullet.
Yeah, but Air Bullet,
Oh, no,
Air
no.
Bullet
Air Bullet's not
definitely.
desperate.
Hair Bullet knows his Delcore's strategy, so he kind of has to take a few risks at this point. Otherwise, he's just going to be caught in the predictability, and he'll probably be taken out faster.
Alright, looks like an AT gun is deployed to the left-hand side here. One AT gun might not be enough to take down a Panzer IV if the Panzer IV engages correctly. But of course, if supported by some other units, the AT gun might be able to do quite a lot. Delcore, of course, puts it in a very odd position here, like inside of a building or whatever.
Interesting strategy. There is a possibility that he might bait that Panzer over to that position so he can get a good clear shot.
Yeah, Delcore's getting a T-70 light tank. It's not going to do well against a Panzer IV. I'm not sure why he's not just getting something a little bit more meaty.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Alright, looks like Hair Bullet is finally retaking these resource points here, but he has lost a little bit of income because of Delcore's interference here.
Yeah, looks like Delcore is making a tank too.
Yeah, but it's only a light tank. It's not a very scary tank. This light tank is going to be able to do well against infantry, but not so well against the Panzer.
I was suggesting to don't do that. I mean, it's a waste of fuel.
4. Well, it's too late now. He's got the T-70 out. He would be stupid, of course, to send it against this Panzer IV, since it would be able to kill it in just a couple shots. But he is sending it on the left-hand flank, where he assumes the Panzer IV is not.
Definitely wants to
right.
he wants to take advantage of that T-70, but he is not going to be able to do so with that Panzer nearby.
Oh, and Hair Bullet is making another Panzer IV, I guess.
And he's also setting up a bunker to try and cover the victory point and the fuel on the right-hand side.
If he can use both of those Panzers to hold each individual flank, he definitely is going to give Delcore a hard time in deploying any tanks he's got thus far.
Indeed, indeed. But I would say that Hair Bullet has a lot of holes in his defensive line, and if Delcore scouts them out and figures out where they are, he'll be able to do relatively well in taking back this land.
And that's probably going to be his strategy with the shock troops at this point as he continues to push towards the push deeper towards the upper left flank.
But of course, Hair Bullet is attacking this machine gun in the building with a sniper and a Panzer IV, laying down a lot of fire. He's actually making a pretty large push on the left-hand flank to try and take this.
Meanwhile, the assault grenadiers directly on the center are just getting flanked by these shock troops, but reinforcements have arrived, and it looks like they're going to be having a bit of a hard time holding that victory point.
Here comes the T-70. What is it going to try and do? Get some rear armor hits? Might not be enough. Here.
Those shock
Oh, first shot missed.
Oh, that Panzer's getting set back on that.
Oh, here it
rear
comes.
armor hit.
Another shot and he's dead. If he got a good shot.
Oh,
And there's
that
it done.
That T-30 is fucked. It is. Delcore knows it's gone now. And he's just
Still taking
lost
out
it.
some troops, trying to at least anyways.
was a complete waste in my honest opinion. But Delcore has a little trap set up on the leftmost victory point in the form of a demo charge. He's also pretty known for doing that sort of stuff.
Oh, that explosion.
I'm pretty sure that Panzer IV just hit a mine there. Why is he putting his sniper right up close next to everything? It's so risky.
Oh no,
Definitely a
and he
bit
lost
risky,
it.
but with those two Panzers out now, I don't think he really has much need for the sniper right at this point.
The sniper. Oh no, no! Look, that AT gun has done a lot of damage to that Panzer IV. A couple more shots and it's going down. But of course, artillery.
Artillery.
Oh, and that artillery says
Delcore
no,
was,
go fuck
Delcore
yourself.
wasn't too faster to.
He should have reacted.
Oh,
quicker there.
and he lost it. And he lost it.
Yeah, Delcore is very little in the form of his troops. That trap kills all but one member of the Assault Grenadier squad. So Delcore does manage to hold on to this territory here, if only by a little bit.
Somehow.
But both players have actually been pretty badly bloodied, to be honest.
Yeah, both of them have definitely been getting a slobber knocker of a fight, if I could use a term, by some WWE commentators.
Now, at this point, Delcore would have had the resources for a T-34 if he had not invested in that stupid T-70. He could still get one, he just needs a little bit more fuel. One T-34 might be enough to at least force one of the Panzer IVs back, if used correctly.
Still anyone's game here. There's both sides doing their best to control.
I would be incorrect in saying that Herr Bullet does not have the advantage, because he clearly does.
Yes, most definitely. But Delcore is a very skilled individual. He could still pull this around.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Delcore has a significant disadvantage as far as his army is concerned right now. He's got 33 population versus Herr Bullet's 55, so Herr Bullet has a larger force here, and Delcore needs to take territory if he wants to win. So it's going to be an uphill battle for him here.
Most definitely.
Here it comes, the what Delcore is so meaning to do to actually try and get one of the Panzers out is just being repaired now.
Yeah, one of the Panzer IVs is fully repaired with 24 kills, and the other one with 5 kills is being fixed up right now. In a couple minutes, it'll be operational.
Yeah, Delcore's going to need to do his best to prepare for that possible charge. Thankfully, though, he does have the AT available to his position.
The one AT gun. It's might not be enough to deal with 2 tanks.
Most definitely, especially if he deploys them in the same area. That AT will have a lot of trouble.
Herr Bullet's going to pressure this munitions point here. He wants those munitions to be able to call in artillery and such.
Yeah, the artillery's definitely been helpful for him previously.
The right-hand flank is being taken by Delcore, but Delcore runs into the bunker that Herr Bullet has set up there, and that makes those units unable to capture because they are now suppressed. Artillery coming in on the right-hand flank. I think that's kind of a waste, honestly. Those units would have died to the bunker anyway if they didn't retreat. And that artillery really just isn't hitting anything.
Yeah, that artillery is not giving Delcore any room. Those shock troopers have to pull back.
Oh, and finally, Delcore gets out his own T-34. At least he started production of one. Not a bad move. He'll definitely.
But kind of too late.
Not necessarily. With the help of one AT gun and a T-34, he could take out a Panzer IV. At that point, he would have a slight advantage in terms of armor, because then he has the AT gun to help him out. It is possible, but he would need to do a very specific set of moves there. This mortar is going to get flanked.
Thing is that Herr Bullet can make another Panzer IV if he wants.
Probably. But maybe he's saving for a Tiger, because a Tiger is something Delcore probably wouldn't be able to fight at all right now.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, Herr Bullet definitely seems to be more for the long game, so it is very possible that he can pull out a Tiger at this point.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
T-34 finally comes out. Of course, this T-34 does not have any veterancies like the Panzer IV does right now. It's not as experienced because it just got on the field.
With it being as new to the game, he needs to do his best to get that veterancy up quick if he's going to really take on those Panzers.
Here comes the Panzer IV. And it shot a nice side shot into the T-34. And now the T-34 is at an instant disadvantage. It misses its shot. The T-34 takes another hit, and it's down to half health. He needs some engineers up here fast. Maybe with the help of some conscripts throwing anti-tank grenades, maybe with the help of the AT gun and the T-34, he can take down the Panzer IV. But so far, the Panzer IV is not taking any damage. Delcore's being too passive right now. At this point,
honestly, by the looks of it, there doesn't seem to be much he can do, because that Panzer with the veterancy is not going to give him an opportunity.
Well, actually, no, Delcore's army is actually larger than Herr Bullet's army, and I would say Delcore has a good opportunity here. Of course, he doesn't see what we see from our perspective. His army is bigger, and he's got them all deployed in one area. Herr Bullet's kind of spread out his units a little bit. You know, he's got like some engineers over there. He's got his tank over here, machine gun covering that. If he pushed with all this stuff on one area, he might be able to do it. He might even be able to catch a Panzer IV off guard and kill it.
Well, from what I've seen in the past, Delcore tends to be a very cautious player in general, so whether or not he's going to go for a type of risky thing like that remains to be seen.
Caution could at this point be significantly more costly than aggression.
Most definitely.
Because
Comes
now,
in the engineers.
because now you look at the resource disparity between these two players. Hair Bullet is making 42 fuel. Delcore's making 16. And guess what? A Tiger's just come out on the field. I called it. That Tiger's going to be...
Called it.
Yeah, that Tiger's going to be exactly what Hair Bullet needs in order to win. And he can basically go into Delcore's base with that Tiger, and Delcore would have absolutely nothing. All Germans are being mobilized here, moving around somewhere. It looks like a big plan is being put into effect here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to do a heavy push with that Tiger now on the field.
I mean, it's the 25-minute mark. Delcore should, at this point, expect something scary and big like a Tiger tank.
Yep.
And I think at this point, Delcore sees that scary tank on the field. Oh wait, no, he does. Now he does.
He is well aware of that Tiger now.
The AT gun is shooting at the Tiger tank, but its first shot does not penetrate the front armor of that Tiger tank.
Well, it's the front armor.
Tank.
We surely expected.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, ho, ho.
And that tank is treating Delcore like an Indian fishmonger right now, just tearing him apart. That Tiger is not giving any mercy.
He is sending his T-34 in to try and fight this Tiger? No, he pulls back.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Air Bullet's
troops
definitely got a
taking
good
the munitions
opportunity
point.
here. Really push through, but he's kind of holding it back just a little bit.
There. Look at this, a Panzer force flanking the entire Soviet line here.
That Panzer is definitely in a good position to give Delcore a hard time right now. Even because with that Tiger on the field, hitting him on the front, his back is not going to be prepared.
He takes out... Oh, he destroys the engine of a Panzer IV, but is still operational. Its engine is on fire. It is basically crippled. One more shot from anything will pretty much bring it down. But it took 20...
Oh, and the second Panzer is... Oh, the Tiger's pushing up right now, and that Panzer is gone.
Panzer's
that
gone.
Tiger is not giving any mercy.
That T-34 might go down. Manages to survive just barely.
Well, Hair Bullet doesn't give a fuck. He's keep moving.
Yeah, he doesn't need to give a fuck with that Tiger.
Look at this, the AT gun is pretty crude. It penetrates, but of course, the Tiger has a lot of health, a lot of armor. It's going to take a while to kill it.
Yeah.
Oh, takes out the AT gun in one well-placed shot.
Gotta really feel bad for Delcore right now. That Tiger is just laying waste with what territory he has left.
Well, it costs a little bit well over 2 T-34s in fuel price, so it is a very effective unit. You get what you pay for on the and the Tiger tank is a very expensive tank.
Most definitely.
Delcore, of course, doing little guerrilla tactics to try and prolong the game, capturing some victory points there. It's probably not going to be enough. So.
Yeah, there's not much he can do to really keep this game in the fight.
Oh no, never mind. Delcore's getting a second T-34, and he's managed to keep his one T-34 alive. If he can get a critical mass of T-34s, he might, just might,